Welcome to this video. If you're watching this video either because you want to start your own YouTube channel and wonder what it's like for small channels in the beginning, or you are struggling to grow your channel and are wondering whether you are making certain mistakes that are not helping your channel grow as fast as you would like. In this video, I will show you all the wrong things I did in my 3-month YouTube journey, so you can avoid wasting your energy and your time on the wrong things like me. Let's get straight into it. Mistake number 1, not making searchable content. If you're like me, you have probably already watched tons of videos on how to grow your YouTube channel. A lot of them are saying the same thing, making searchable content. Somehow, it just didn't click with me until very recently. Before I made this video, how to make YouTube videos for beginners, I wasn't intentionally making searchable content. I always relied on YouTube algorithm to push my videos in front of people. I noticed I didn't even make many impressions, which means the algorithm wasn't really pushed hard. Then the impression and views would drop flat after a few weeks. But this video I made was actually getting the views from search rather than browse. Later on, views from browse started to pick up a bit too. Until now, for that particular video, almost half of the views come from search, and it continues to pick up views from search, even when the impression that I made from browse basically stopped. After 3 months, I finally realized the importance of making searchable content. So from now on, I will be more focused on making content around popular searches. The way you can do it for free without spending any money is first, use YouTube search bar. When you go to YouTube search bar, type in the first few words of the content you want to make. Then YouTube auto suggestions will give you ideas around that topic in the drop-down box. That will give you some ideas on what are the popular terms that people are searching for. Also, you can use browser extensions from TubeBuddy, vidIQ, as well as keywords everywhere. They can give you the score on both search volume of the keywords you will be using for your content and the ranking difficulties in terms of competition. Ideally, you want to make content with a high search volume and a low competition. A bit of research beforehand will go a long way for making searchable content for small channels. I put the links down below in the description for the Chrome extensions if you need it. Second mistake, overcomplicated thumbnails. After you upload your video, the YouTube algorithm will start pushing your video to people. The more people click on your video, the more algorithm will push it for you. Of course, audience retention will play a huge part as well. Having a good thumbnail will help your video to get more clicks. The mistake I made is that somehow I thought the thumbnails needs to be pretty, artistic, or aesthetic. Then when I noticed that my video doesn't get many clicks, I finally realized that my way of thinking about thumbnails was all wrong, especially after I did a bit of a study on the big YouTube channels with the similar content. Their ones are actually quite simple. They only have several elements to them. Their facial expressions relate to the content of the video. Keywords are usually in 2 colored tones in a bold, standout font, and a few more elements, either a symbol or a simple graph, accentuate the core messages and the content. And all of their thumbnails are in a similar color scheme and a consistent brand image. Also, when you're watching YouTube videos yourself, start to pay attention why you are clicking on certain videos and what element compelled you to click on them. That should give you some clues as well. Mistake number 3, thinking YouTube channel growth is linear. At the beginning of my YouTube journey, I don't know why, in my mind, I always thought the growth journey would be linear. I thought the more video I posted, the more growth I would get. Until now, I know for sure that YouTube algorithm is very unpredictable. For example, I have one video suddenly gained a bit of traction for some reason, then dropped flat a week later. And my latest video is not getting more views than my older videos based on the daily view count. So naturally, I will feel very frustrated with not getting more views, even though I feel like I'm making better videos now than 3 months ago when I just started. I'm trying not to get attached to the analytics so I don't ride this emotional roller coaster. But I know it's easier said than done. I still found myself checking my analytics every few hours. I think one positive way of thinking about this growth thing and algorithm is that it's because it's non-linear. You never know when your next video will pop off, and you never know how close you are to a significant growth. Hopefully, by thinking this way, we small YouTubers will keep making content and not feel disheartened or discouraged by not seeing the fast growth. Let me know in the comment section, did you make similar mistakes on your journey? What is the biggest mistake you've made so far that we all can learn from? Please be sure to stick to the end of this video because I will be discussing my biggest mistake towards the end. Mistake number 4. Shining object syndrome. Throughout my YouTube journey, I get really obsessed with improving my video qualities. Every time when I'm not getting the number of views that I want, I would watch all the related videos on how to get views, improve video qualities, and all that. What ended up happening is I followed everyone's advice. For example, I watched one video talking about how to increase audience retention rate by adding more authentic B-rolls and changing scenes every 7 to 10 seconds, instead of just talking in front of a camera to make a video more interesting for the viewers. One week, I planned to shoot 30 B-rolls over the weekend to show how I do certain things in real life. By the end of that weekend, I've only shot 3 or 4 B-rolls that probably look presentable to add to my A-roll. I was already exhausted and hadn't even done the editing yet. Another example, I watched another video talking about how I should structure my stories in a more enticing way to maintain the view duration. I ended up spending hours and hours on my script. Once again, I was mentally exhausted and the video wasn't performing as well as I had hoped. So the lesson to be learned is to try to stick with the 1% of improvement every video like most of the big YouTubers suggest, rather than expecting myself suddenly become a professional filmmaker or a master storyteller within a week. Trying to do all things at once is a sure way to burn out very quickly. Concentrating on one thing and one thing only each time will be much more productive and less harmful to our mental state. Mistake number 5. This is a big one. Not having a process. A lot of people who have a small channel or are in the very beginning of a content making journey would have very limited time resources. Most of us have either full-time jobs or family commitments, sometimes both. In the past 3 months, I made one video every week. I would scramble every weeknight and weekend to do my scripting, shooting, and editing, not to mention the mental exhaustion from thinking about what content I would be making next as soon as I upload a video. Then what's worse is that when I see no views or minimum views on my analytics, the exhaustion and no views combined become a dangerous recipe for burning out. I even had the thought of giving up in one of those most vulnerable moments. Until recently, I start to feel like something has to change. I know YouTube is a marathon, but what I have been doing in the past 3 months is certainly not suitable or sustainable for a long battle. I think it's about time for me to really slow down to think about the whole process and approach that I was using. I heard about content planning in a batch production in the past, and I feel like now is probably a moment to try it out and see whether it will become a game changer for me. If I just use a good day to sit down and think about the next 4 videos that I'm about to create and do all the research on keywords and the potential thumbnails, then use another good day to script them out in one session and stay in the flow. When it comes to shooting, I don't have to repeat the setup process for makeup, lighting, camera angle, and all that. Just do it once. Use an entire day to do the shooting. Because in the past, for every video, I would spend 1 or 2 hours on setting up, shooting for another 2 or 3 hours. So by setting up once, I would already save 3 to 6 hours. Yeah, so I will be giving it a try and give you an update on this if you are interested. Be sure to subscribe. Maybe content planning and batch production will prepare us part-time YouTubers for the long battle. If you're starting to feel that you are scrambling every week just for the sake of consistently publishing your video and losing the joy and the passion for doing it, take a break. It's okay to shut off from it for a few days or a few weeks. Come back to it when you feel more refreshed and start to rethink your strategies and approaches. Just don't give up. You never know when your next big breakthrough will come. It might be closer than you think. But if you give up now, you will never know. Before I go, I want to quote Vanessa Law's speech about the YouTube journey. So Vanessa Law is quite known in the YouTube world and the social media platform. The way she described the YouTube journey for small channels is very accurate. A lot of people, after they have gotten over the fear of starting their YouTube channel and started posting videos around 1 to 3 months, but not seeing the momentum they want to see, most people would give up at that stage. So I guess I'm at that stage now. That's why I needed to rethink this whole thing and not repeat the mistakes I made in the past 3 months. I genuinely hope this video resonates with you on some level and provides valuable ideas for your journey. Anyways, I will be updating you about my journey in this channel. Please subscribe if you want to be on this journey with me, and don't forget to like this video. It helps with the algorithm. Take care, I will see you next time.